Welcome to the introductory course on mobile DevSecOps and threat modeling in the Mobile Application Security Professional series, brought to you by NowSecure. In this course, we'll start by looking at the big picture and why DevSecOps culture is important in securing mobile apps. We'll also share how mobile app threat modeling can provide a fresh, proactive way of communicating potential exploits. You will learn that securing mobile apps requires a modern security mindset. We will discuss how to help build a DevSecOps culture at your organization that integrates security into development and operations processes rather than isolating it after the fact. We'll also share the strategic benefits of threat models for mobile apps, common frameworks, and examples of mobile threat models to reference. Mobile DevSecOps module. It's probably no surprise that the majority of time spent using apps is on mobile versus web, with a 40% increase in 2020. Mobile app usage skyrocketed during the pandemic, as mobile apps became central to navigating the new normal as almost everything went online. Now more than ever, it's tough for security practitioners to keep pace with the rapid innovation occurring in mobile. NowSecure routinely finds vulnerabilities that violate best practices within apps published to stores and available for users to download. We run continuous, automated analyses on thousands of the most popular apps published. We found 85% of apps have a flaw that violates OWASP mobile app security recommendations, and at least 70% leak personal data that could lead to CCPA and GDPR violations. While the task can feel daunting, NowSecure finds our mobile AppSec customers are adapting quickly to meet the challenge. We see security professionals integrating with development and operations teams to make risk-based decisions that consider the daily business impact. This more inclusive and collaborative approach is based upon building a culture of DevSecOps, in which development, security, and operations work together cross-functionally. According to the DevSecOps Manifesto, security contributes to building a DevSecOps by working directly with developers, finding ways to reduce friction, and become a trusted partner, fostering and contributing to innovation, and consulting and enabling data privacy and security best practices across all teams involved in the mobile SDLC. DevSecOps culture is not built overnight, but most organizations are on the journey, especially within mobile programs. The first step in becoming a mobile app security professional is creating the blueprint of the mobile app development lifecycle at your organization. Who are the people involved in developing and maintaining mobile apps? What processes are in place at each phase? Which tools are leveraged to develop apps and track issues? If you're starting with a new program, expectations for modern mobile app security professionals include getting to know the team members involved, understanding the release process, and enabling on the tech stack. This teamwork across development, security, and operations ensures the release process is as efficient and secure as possible. For mobile, keep in mind the process will need to be mapped for both Android and iOS. When viewing Android and iOS architectures side by side, it's easy to see why developers often specialize in one or the other. Android's open source stack can run on a wide variety of devices, while iOS offers very few inter-process communication options, acting as the intermediary between the underlying hardware and the app. This means each OS will have different development teams and security, privacy, and maintenance considerations. Once you're familiar with your organization's development and operations processes, you can move on to how to integrate security. It's best to start simply, like this SDLC shared by a NowSecure customer. It aligns security analyses, such as static, dynamic, interactive, and manual, to corresponding design, development, user acceptance testing, and release phases. It also outlines which phases are owned by devs, security, or both. This second graphic was shared by the same customer. As the program matured, the chart expanded and the value to the organization grew. At this point, teams were moving in swing together with security baked into the process. Everyone felt more confident, and they were publishing more secure apps on schedule. Integrating security into the development lifecycle is always the goal, but it does take time and dedication to reach this point. If your organization is still on this journey, you can help accelerate progress. If your organization already has a mature DevSecOps process in place, then make sure you understand each part of it so you can contribute. Getting started with DevSecOps is critical if your organization is not already on the path. Start small, integrate security, and expand your value. The Mobile Threat Modeling Module. NowSecure continuously monitors popular mobile apps via our mobile risk tracker on Apple App Store and Google Play, which have high volumes of user downloads. This includes continuously monitoring stores to download the latest version of these apps, then automatically running an analysis of potential security, privacy, and compliance risks for each. This example highlights a number of security and privacy risks uncovered across 796 popular banking and finance apps. Overall, the app set averaged a NowSecure security score of 66 out of 100, with 99% of apps containing security vulnerabilities, and 61% containing potential privacy breach risks. NowSecurians, an automated tech, analyze thousands of mobile apps and consistently find risks that could have easily been mitigated during development. While this list is not exhaustive, it does capture common vulnerabilities NowSecure finds in mobile apps, which increase the risk of exploitation. The mobile app threat landscape increases each day due to the pace of innovation, amount of third-party libraries, and connection to IoT devices. It can and often does feel overwhelming keeping up with it all. One popular approach is to develop a threat model for VIP mobile apps so the potential exploit risks are better understood up front and across teams. According to the Threat Modeling Manifesto, threat modeling centers cross-functional teams, development, product, security, compliance, etc., and answers the following key questions as part of the app development process. What are we working on? What can go wrong? What are we going to do about it? And did we do a good enough job? These questions should be answered early and frequently within the development process. The threat model should align and iterate in tandem with an organization's development practices. One common threat modeling approach is the STRIDE framework developed by Microsoft security researchers. It includes 6 threat categories that provide a starting point for building a deeper threat model: spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, and elevation of privileges. Each of these threats is then drilled into the threat tree that map potential attacks to open vulnerabilities. This mapping example follows the STRIDE framework from Google Play Academy's threat modeling course. It highlights which STRIDE threat might be possible across each threat model element: human interactor, process, data store, data flow, and trust boundary. This mapping helps determine possible attack vectors and where they might occur. From there, a threat tree helps illustrate potential vulnerabilities and common attack patterns by threat. This example is a mobile app-specific tree presented at an OWASP conference. It outlines potential attack vectors a bad actor might take to modify an order sent by a user via mobile app, including which paths are open if they have access to the physical device and which are available without access. Asking and answering these questions before a hacker does, and hardening your app against potential weaknesses, is well worth the effort up front. This mobile app threat model was created by a mobile security engineer, Alexander Fadiv, in the community. It highlights the trust boundary between the app and information flowing to and from external sources. This is a great start to a mobile threat model. We'll be covering most of the items outlined here during the remainder of this course. Threat modeling can be complex and requires deep understanding of mobile architecture, functionality, and threat vectors.